The ratings are in for this week's episode of AEW Collision on TNT. Adam Copeland confirms he has undergone surgery for his fractured tibia injury. Humberto Carrillo, his contract reportedly is coming up with WWE and expires on the same day as his cousin Angel Garza. Speaking of contracts, we got the latest details on Chad Gable's contract set to expire later on this week. Christian Cage confirms he has another 3 years left on his contract with All Elite Wrestling, and several AEW stars are removed from the roster after they have departed the company. Hey guys, welcome back to Wrestling News 365. Hope everyone is doing very well. As always, there are plenty of news stories to get into in the world of professional wrestling. Let's start off talking about the ratings for AEW Collision this past Saturday on TNT. The ratings are in, and it's not a great look for All Elite Wrestling. Now, even as it dealt with preemptions, moving to different networks, and tough competition from sports such as the NBA and the NHL postseason, AEW Collision has remained relatively firm in the ratings on Saturday night over the past month. That gave the show some hope that it could go on to do an even bigger rating than usual this past Saturday, with the NBA playoffs on pause following the end of the season Eastern and Western Conference Finals. Instead, things went in another direction. WrestleNomics and Spoiler TV are reporting that Saturday's Collision drew 378,000 total viewers and a 0.11 in the coveted 18 to 49 demographic. Now, the numbers were down across the board, with total viewership falling 9% from last week's 415,000, while the 18 to 49 was down more significantly, dropping 27% from a 0.15. The show was also down 16% and 21% in each category over the 4-week average, drawing their lowest total viewership number since March 30th and their lowest 18 to 49 rating since May 11. While there was no NBA in sight, Collision still faced sports competition, with the NHL playoffs rising up to cause problems. Game 6 of the Florida Panthers vs New York Rangers series on ABC, which saw the Panthers win to advance to the Stanley Cup Finals, drew 3.016 million viewers and a robust 0.80 in the 18 to 49, while going directly against Collision. AEW also dealt with competition from the UFC prelims, which drew 1.103 million and a 0.48, also airing directly opposite Collision on ESPN. Collision was headlined by AEW International Champion and number one contender for the AEW World Championship, Will Ospreay, who defended his championship against Kyle O'Reilly. The show also featured Roderick Strong defeating Leo Rush in the show's opening bout, a precursor to Strong receiving an AEW World Championship opportunity against Swerve Strickland this Wednesday on AEW Dynamite. So, what did you make of the ratings for Collision this week? Do you think that AEW is going to do fare better into the summer, or is this a poor sign for AEW Saturday Night broadcast? Let me know your thoughts about that too in the comment section below. Now, Adam Copeland, we know he's out of action for a significant amount of time after suffering an injury at Double or Nothing, and former TNT champion Adam Copeland is starting his road to recovery after undergoing surgery for a fractured tibia. Copeland suffered the injury during his barbed wire steel cage match against Malachi Black at AEW's Double or Nothing pay-per-view on May 26. The injury happened during a spot where Copeland jumped off the top of the cage and landed feet first while putting Black through a table. 2 days after Double or Nothing, Copeland confirmed his injury and announced he would need to undergo surgery. He then shared an update today, revealing that the surgery had been completed. Copeland posted a video to Instagram joking that while he won't be able to compete at the AEW and New Japan Forbidden Door pay-per-view, he can walk through the Forbidden Door sign he put in his own gym while still working out just hours post-surgery. Here's what Copeland had to say.
For those about to knock. Okay, first morning post-surgery, and I wanted to see what I could pull off. And there's probably a few things, but there's definitely one thing I know I can pull off. So right now I'm about to walk through the Forbidden Door. Since I can't walk through the Forbidden Door of the pay-per-view and face someone from New Japan Pro Wrestling, I can walk through, if I can open the door, there it is, the Forbidden Door of the gym. So here goes, folks. I'm going to show you what I can do 12 hours out of surgery. I can plank. So now I'm about to do some single leg planks. Check it out. Doesn't matter what you got done. Well, I mean, I guess in some instances it might, but the handles come in very handy here because they're causing me not to slide at all. So I can truly focus on engaging my core, keeping a straight line, and work the rest of my body, even though I'm just out of surgery. So we finally got the new shipment in. So we're back in business, everybody. All right. I'm already starting to lose my breath and get shaky.
Impressive stuff from the former TNT champion. Now, of course, due to his injury, Copeland was forced to vacate the AEW TNT Championship. A new champion will be crowned in a ladder match at Forbidden Door on Sunday, June 30. Konosuke Takeshita is the first wrestler to qualify for the match, thanks to a victory on AEW Rampage last week. A timeline for when the Rated R superstar will be able to return to the ring has not yet been announced, but of course, we get any more details on that in the future, we'll let you know in an upcoming video. Now, contracts in WWE. This has been a huge topic of conversation recently, and Fightful Select have revealed they've learned of another WWE contract that's set to expire, but this one isn't too surprising. Shortly after Fightful Select's Sean Ross Sapp and Corey Brennan reported that Angel Garza's WWE contract is set to expire on August 1st, they were also able to confirm that Humberto Carrillo's contract is also set to expire on the same day. Much like with his tag team partner Angel Garza, Fightful have been told WWE is interested in retaining Humberto and an offer has been made, with the two sides negotiating. The 28-year-old Humberto Carrillo performs under his real name and would be able to continue using that name outside WWE if he chose. Carrillo was brought into WWE in the summer of 2018 and signed to the company. He was drafted to the Raw brand in the fall of 2019. If we get any more details on that, we'll let you know in an upcoming video. Now, when it comes to contracts in WWE, everyone's talking at the moment about Chad Gable, and seemingly out of nowhere, late May, early June has morphed into contract season, particularly for WWE. Over the last several weeks, reports have emerged that several WWE stars are either set to become free agents, including Natalya, Angel, Ricochet, or in the case of Becky Lynch, have already seen their contracts expire. Then there's Chad Gable, whose contract with WWE is set to expire later this week, even if he continues to be a featured presence on Raw. On Tuesday morning's Wrestling Observer Radio, Dave Meltzer became the latest figure to assess Gable's current situation, confirming that Gable's deal is still set to expire and that, as of now, he's yet to sign a new contract. However, Meltzer remains skeptical that fans will be seeing Gable wrestling elsewhere, stating that WWE didn't want Gable to depart and the odds that he would were relatively small. Nevertheless, on the off chance Gable does decide to explore his options, it's believed he won't be lacking in suitors. Multiple companies are thought to be preparing offers for Gable in the event he does become available, with it being said that several wrestlers outside of WWE have pushed for their promotions to pursue him. The interest also extends beyond wrestling, as it's believed several MMA promotions would also be interested in securing Gable's services, of course being an Olympic wrestler. While Gable's contract is reportedly set to expire this weekend, it appears he has been at least committed to WWE through their Clash at the Castle PLE, which is set to take place in June 15 in Glasgow, Scotland. The former four-time WWE Tag Team Champion will have a prominent spot on the card, challenging rival Sami Zayn for the WWE Intercontinental Championship. Now, speaking of contracts, this time in AEW, Christian Cage has revealed how much time he has left on his contract with All Elite Wrestling. Christian Cage is having fun in AEW, and he has plenty of time left on his contract. Cage, 50, previously had a successful run in WWE across multiple stints. He signed with AEW in 2021 and has been a featured member of the roster. During his time with AEW, he has won the TNT Championship twice. Speaking on Insight with Chris Van Vliet, Christian Cage was asked to comment on when he would retire. During his response, he noted he had another 3 years left on his current contract. He said, quote, "I always said that I would do it until it wasn't fun. That's my barometer on it," Christian Cage said. "How can I not be having fun right now? I have no timeline. I signed a contract. I think I have another 3 years left on this contract. So we'll get to the end of that, then see what happens. But, you know, I feel like I have a lot of knowledge. I feel like I don't know everything, but I know a lot. And I feel like I think the business differently, and I lay out matches and I see matches differently than other people do. I would like to, at some point, when the time is right, to obviously give back to the business that has done what it's done for me." Of course, Christian Cage challenged for the AEW World Championship at Double or Nothing. There, Swerve Strickland defeated him to retain the AEW World Championship. And finally, we've spoken about contracts a lot in this video, and we've seen several contracts expire in AEW recently, with them now being removed from the roster page on AEW's official website. AEW has been bidding farewell to a number of stars over the past few weeks, and a number of reported departures have now been made official as they have been removed from the AEW roster page on the company's official website. WWE Hall of Famers Arn Anderson and Mark Henry both revealed that they would be departing AEW at the end of their contracts, with Henry stating on an episode of Busted Open Radio that his deal was expiring on May 28, while Anderson mentioned on his Arn podcast that his deal would expire on May 31st. Now that both of those dates are passed, both men are no longer listed on the company's official website. The same goes for Jake Hager, a man who has been with AEW since the very first episode of Dynamite in 2019, after spending the large majority of his time associated with Chris Jericho and groups like the Inner Circle and the Jericho Appreciation Society. It was reported that Hager wouldn't be signing a new deal and has now officially been removed from the roster page. It's currently unclear what Hager's next move will be, as he already announced his MMA retirement in September of last year. Someone else who is closely associated with MMA is Paige Van Zandt, who despite having wrestled only one match for AEW, has been listed on the company's roster page since March 2022. However, that is no longer the case, as Van Zandt has also been removed from the company's website. It had been reportedly common knowledge for a while that Van Zandt wasn't going to be sticking around in wrestling, with her trainer Gangrel claiming that he hadn't heard from the former UFC fighter since her one and only match at AEW Double or Nothing back in 2022. But there you go, guys. That's latest pro wrestling news for you. Be sure to smash a like on the like button. Be sure to subscribe, bottom right hand corner. As always, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and I'll speak to you again very, very soon.
Hey guys, thank you for watching, listening, streaming, or however you come across this video today. Be sure to click on the video on the right there to watch our next video, or click the bottom there to subscribe, or the bottom right hand corner. Thank you very much, and I'll speak to you again very soon.